Okay, so now we're going to start, and I am now the lens of the turn. So I get to.
Do you have the special thing? Do you like a?
Yeah. These.
Lens.
Oh, cool. So
Nice.
you're going to pass those round.
So you're going to pass them round?
Unfortunately, yeah. It was very hard for me to play later on.
Maybe we needed a monocle or something. And
Wait, maybe you have to do this when you're the lens.
A special hat. Hey, it's me, the lens.
This helps me see the game.
So I get to choose what is called the focus for this turn. So each of us will go around and we'll be adding stuff to this timeline. But I get to choose what the focus of it is. Everyone has to be loosely based on the thing that I choose. And so this could be as abstract as I could say, love. All of anything you put down has to do with love. Or I could say war, or I could say a specific person. But
Stan.
Stan. It's all about Stan. And you know what? I'm actually pretty into this God-powered train. And so
it's so cool, isn't it?
it's going to be the focus of this round is going to be all about the God-powered transcontinental train.
Maybe they need a name that isn't so literal.
Yeah, I was thinking something like the Orient Express.
Yeah, I was thinking what sounds good with Express.
I think Simon came up with this. You could just name whatever you like.
I mean, the Transcontinental Express is what it is.
Yeah.
And until this point, they haven't been able to power one because they haven't had a massive resource of power, which is what they're sort of milking from the god.
Okay.
I really wish I hadn't used that word.
Well, we can kind of get to this. So it's going to be all about the god train. So all of you have to. Anything you add now is going to be all about
God train.
The god train. And I'm going to add an event into this.
So wait, the Fishman Commonwealth is a good thing.
Yeah, I just
had it as a bad thing in my brain. I was just like, oh no, it's a happy. Happy time. I like that.
So the idea roughly for this is going to come just before this, and it's going to be a sort of like a Isambard King to Brunel type character, and he's going to be enslaving a god to power this train, but it isn't kind of like putting it into an engine, sapping its power. He's physically like, this thing is not a humanoid. This thing is some kind of half mechanical, half creature-esque thing, and is literally the train engine.
Oh my god!
Are we making
it's like a horse tank carriage?
It's like Thomas the Tank Engine.
It's
like Thomas the Tank
Thomas the Tank Engine, but this thing is like a creature.
The biomechanical heart of Thomas the Tank Engine.
But it runs.
As soon as we made this.
So,
so we've just like chained it up and.
So Albert Salizmund.
Alberto Salizmund. I like him.
It's a specific god, I guess.
No, so this is the guy. Albert Salizmund captures and utilizes Zardon. The
Zardon
Many-Legged.
Oh my god. Because there was the idea that like angels.
Like that's good.
It was in Darren Aronofsky's Ark. Angels aren't humanoid things with great with wings. They're these really obscure things. So like a face with legs all around it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Weird.
Like, did you see the Russell Crowe Noah?
Yeah, what's that here? Yeah, Noah, not Ark.
Where they were like these sort of like sludge monsters kind of thing.
Shoggoths.
Shoggoths.
Yeah. So that's.
But this guy's got loads of legs. Is it like he's on
Zardon the Many-Legged? I kind of picture something a bit more like.
Is he on a treadmill?
A huge like caterpillar. No, this thing
wheel,
is the
like a hamster
size
wheel.
of like a steam engine, and it goes at the front, and it physically pulls train carriages along a track.
Oh my god!
And it like is running, and they.
I like whipping it. It's like just whipping it. Like, fuck.
And I'm going to say.
Poor fucking Zardon. Is it dark? Is it light?
It's going to be dark.
Yeah.
Okay, and because I am the lens for this, I'm allowed to embed something in that, and I'm going to embed a scene in here. And so scenes work a little bit differently to just placing things down. Scenes are where we actually have to do a little bit of role play.
Oh yeah.
And
Who's gonna be Zardon? I mean, are gods like sentient? Can they like communicate?
We didn't say not.
Well, any of these ideas, just hold
your horse.
Hold on to them.
Hold your Zardon.
Rein in your Zardon.
Get all his legs up.
Does he wear shoes?
Does he have like little sandals? Like, I don't know. How does it work?
Maybe you can add that into an event later on.
He has to wear like some kind of like really restrictive
Oh,
boots
Ben.
that they strap on.
oh, like Mickey
With
Mouse
them.
hands.
Oh no, because without them,
I don't
he
like how you used to
could
word
like fly
strap on,
off
yeah.
or leap away or whatever. So
Like
they
opposite-
chain him up with these like heavy boots that he has to
I
like.
just fucking realised many-legged fishmen. Fishmen don't have any legs.
Or how can
There's no evolution. They
But
can't.
are they fish men or man fish?
You came up with them, pal.
Yeah, they're your creation to be worried about.
This is your wheelhouse.
Okay, right, so the question that we're going to play out in the scene is, how does Salizmund avoid retribution for enslaving a god? And so, for this scene, I want Salizmund to be in there, and we will also have another god, which is very much against the enslavement of Zardon. You can fill in the blanks on that god. The other roles can be, you guys can come up with yourselves. So the moment we answer this question, the scene is over, and we just have to get to the bottom of how does he avoid retribution. So starting with Harry, you have to choose which character you'd like to play within this.
Oh, do I not make another one?
Or you can choose a new character. So Salizmund and another god has to be involved.
I'll
After that-
play the ambiguous god. I won't make a new character.
I'll be
Fishman.
A representative from the Fish Nation.
I'll be a high priest of that represents the priesthood corporation,
The Guild of Priests.
guild of priests who
Nice.
like venerates the gods.
Wait, you're saying they're making money from gods? They're using gods to...
No. They
So it's not a guild.
coordinate the worship, and then they need a little something to like
Perfect.
redo the roof.
Yeah. Roof always, it's always got leaks. Always.
So, Simon, do you want to be Salizmund, or do you have a new...
Well, what about Zardon himself?
I don't think
Is
he
he
gets to
going to
say
be
that.
in it?
You wanna?
Is that...
But then this scene doesn't
so
cover
actually- so when you are making a thing, you are allowed to ban characters from scenes as well. And I am actually going to ban Zardon from this scene. Also because I don't think that he's like...
What about a god that wants Zardon to be enslaved? So I'll be a god that's trying to like sell out Zardon, maybe.
Okay.
Hate Zardon.
Well, okay, sure. And I'll play as Salizmund.
One of Zardon's enemies. He's like, yeah, fuck Zardon.
Should Simon and I name and describe our gods?
Yeah, I think that would...
Because otherwise it's going to be so ambiguous.
Well, I think if we go around and each kind of like describe your character and what their intention is, sort of for the
So you are a friend of Zardon.
the scene.
And that means you're Albert.
I'm friend of
Salizmund.
Zardon.
Yeah.
I'm I'm Zuckelba, the many-armed god.
Okay.
He's
Right.
I can't believe
I'm gonna-
you went for many arms.
he's super good friends with
Were you
fucking.
already thinking many arms? Is that why you're...
Okay,
He's
so
super fucking good friends with Zardon. They
So-
bro out all the time. They kind of like transform her up together. So I'm very much the same, like a centipede, but I'm all like gorilla knuckles and like. And I guess I'm kind of like a big gorilla with loads of fucking arms.
Ben, who are you in this scene?
I need to make up a name, right? So,
Whose priest are you? Like, are you Zardon's?
no, well, I'm the head of the Priests Guild.
So that's all, it covers all religions.
So
like the mega
each
pope.
of the gods have their own, to varying sizes of like sub-groups that are all under the umbrella guild of priests.
Okay.
See what I mean?
So it's like in
who's your-
Skyrim, the the Church of the Nine. You go into one church, but then there's like 9 altars.
Yeah,
You're like,
it's like a
pick which one
supermarket
you want to
for
go to.
religion.
Yeah, that's good.
It's all in one
Okay.
place.
He's the omni
At low
So
prices.
So you're the high priest.
Yeah, he's just high. He's just a priest, but he's high.
And
So what was
Zaklaba, the high priest.
Zaklaba? Are they all going to begin with a Z? Is this going to be the
What's
name?
Zardon and Zaklaba? The renowned friends.
This could be too confusing if they all
They
begin
can't all
with a Z.
be.
They can't.
Maybe we can do it.
We're going to run out of steam eventually.
This is what we're tied to the adventure. There's the
Not with
gods of
Zardon
Z's.
pulling
Yeah,
the fucking
exactly.
He doesn't make stuff.
Fizz Pit.
Fizz Pit.
It's got a Z in it.
Nice. I thought you were going to say something A, the other end of the spectrum.
Okay.
It's 2 T's.
He's quite particular about his name for his pit. He's a bit of an asshole.
Right, Fizzpit.
Thank you.
What is Fizzpit?
Many-faced.
Many-faced. Okay, sure.
He's got so many.
Many faces, yeah.
So now I'm going to set the scene and explain kind of what's going on, and then each of us will explain what our intention is for the scene, and then we'll just kind of like play it out and see how it goes. Salizmund, who is the head of the Salizmund Merchant Guild, which is a conglomerate of trade and transport. He has invited the High Priest to come to his newly made God engine yard to check the ethical nature of his new machine.
I suspect he already knows.
To get sanction from the High Priest. You've been invited here today to come to check this out.
Cool.
He is completely unaware of the other 2 gods that may be watching. So his intention is for you to come to this place, to check it out, accept a large amount of money to give this the seal of ethical approval, or the Salizmund Trade Guild is powerful enough that maybe you don't leave the yard. But that's kind of like his like last resort.
Yeah.
He's after that seal.
And am I aware?
No. So I'm just saying that this is like my character's intention.
Okay.
And so now Harry will explain what Zucklabar's intention is for the scene, and then we're just going to see what happens. So we kind of explain what we want out of the scene, so then we can build the story together.
Zucklabar, he's quite annoyed. He's been waiting at the pub for his mate Zardon to arrive, and it's been fucking years.
Millennia.
Wow.
He's just like, what the fuck?
Okay.
So he's tracked him down and he's found him on this planet, and he's like trying to break him free.
This planet, oh my god.
Trying to fucking free my boy Zardon, and he's like just getting ready to smash him shit. He's kind of warping in and out of existence.
Okay.
And just kind of like spectating what's going on, seeing if they're kind of hurting him, if he's all right.
Okay, cool.
Then,
Yeah. So I think just what your plan is right now is all we need for scene. So
Okay, so the High Priest he's a bit of a sleazy guy. He's not really like a man of faith, because he got to the top of a guild by being like a shrewd operator, knowing how to manipulate people and not get fucked over, and slowly stab everyone in the back till he got to the top of the pile.
Like Littlefinger.
Yeah, he's like a little finger type guy.
He's got little fingers. Like that. He just does that.
okay.
Where's the money?
And he's going to try and basically use this to make like a strong ally in one of the strongest guilds in the civilization.
So you're looking to be bought out?
I'm looking to basically get as good a price as possible and to make it so that we're like entwined together in this. Like, you can't do it, I'll make it so you can't do it without me.
Cool.
So that you can't later, once you've got my stamp of approval,
Yeah.
like chuck me at the next step.
I just want to make sure that Zardon doesn't come out of this, that he is enslaved and trapped for as long as possible.
Oh my god,
I want to see I want this to be the last I ever see of Zardon.
Wow.
Apart from when he's like scampering around the world.
What's like your
and then I
relation
can
to
like
him?
lean back and just laugh at my many faces. Because
Okay.
It sounds like you and Zardon have some history.
Is he like the bar owner? Has he got bad tab? Is he like...
Well, that stuff we can explore that later. We can find out why Zardon and your backgrounds are a thing. But right now, so it's a beautiful sunny day. The gigantic sort of merchant's yard is just teeming with life. There are workers all over the place constructing these gigantic locomotive carriages. These like 3-decked things, just gigantic train carriages. 20 times the size of an existing train carriage. Each one is like like a cruise liner. And this gigantic creature, Zardon, is sort of like restrained in a kind of crazy way through some tech that Salizmund has invented. And he sees the High Priest kind of like approaching with your entourage, maybe. He's talking to his kind of like foreman. He's got his sleeves rolled up, he's got some grease on him.
Can I just insist that during the role-playing of this scene, you do like this as though you're wearing braces?
High Priest! He's there smoking a cigar. For someone who's like so ridiculously wealthy and powerful, he's wearing quite nice clothes, but it's quite dirty. He's definitely been in the thick of it at the moment. High Priest, it's good to see you. What do you think of this creature? It's me, High Priest.
I want pictures of Spider-Man.
I want pictures of Zardon. So, does the agreement still stand?
Gods be with you, my son. This is truly a wondrous day.
Hear that, boys? We've got the priest's sanction.
Whoa! It's not a simple thing to sanction such a divine movement. There are many issues to resolve before we.
You're telling me we've got leaks on the fifth deck?
The thing you have to understand about a being as divine as Zardon here is they require constant worship. For you to deny him his divine acts would rob the people of seeing his divine acts. And in time, they would forget about Zardon, and Zardon would weaken and perish.
Maybe if we get his picture up in your pamphlets that you put out every week, you know, if we pay for that service, we could keep this whole thing going.
I believe we could dedicate the shrine of Zardon into the great palace, and every day people could come to worship Zardon and his noble sacrifice for our people.
This sounds perfect.
But upkeeping such a shrine would be very expensive.
Of course, he gives you like a wink and a nod. Like you feel like you can trust this guy. And he's being quite truthful. He goes to like shake your hand, like and sticks it out. But like just as you go to shake his, he like pulls back and like wipes off the dirt and is like, you know, your Highness.
Yeah, and then he'll like awkwardly like do one of those sort of like touch your head. Because he's all superior and it's like, good, my son. I'm glad we agree.
I know, it feels like...
I feel like they just kind of had a really good, like, agreement.
I feel like, what's his name?
Zuckerberg
has to interrupt before the deal is officially done.
He's been kind of like spectating in another dimension and seeing them like shake hands and like seeing the High Priest kind of betray the gods so easily.
Maybe just before they shake hands, you put one of your hands out.
All of my hands come in. The many hands. The many hands. No, I imagine he's far larger, like Zardon, and just kind of smashes into existence and starts just trying to like kind of beat up the train and fight his way towards Zardon to try and free him. He's kind of been spectating the kind of the dialogue and
so a whole ruckus.
So just as we're going to shake hands,
this 50-foot gorilla with just like 6 arms smashes through a portion of the train.
6 arms? That's not. I was expecting to have
come on!
to be called Zuckerberg the Many-Armed.
6 arms?
I guess 6 is quite. It's more than me.
It's more than I have.
It's like
You're busting his fucking balls here. He's got, look, how many arms do gorillas normally have? 2 and then some legs. Like, he's got 6 arms and 2 legs. It's 8. He's basically got 8 arms. It's 8, okay?
All right.
The people love it. He comes out and the people cheer. But
I have to say, we had more arms on the statue.
He's been like bigging it up to like profits. Like
the statues have got like 20 arms.
Oh, yes, I have many arms.
Yes, many arms.
Maybe he might have lost some arms during battle or something.
Yeah, they're regrowing slowly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he just smashes in and just begins like kind of tearing apart the construction yard using big steel girders and just smashing it.
My entourage just loses their mind. Like
I say, are they worshipping? Are they?
They're on their knees going, "Oh, forgive me!" But my guy is not because he's not really into the whole religious
One of like
thing.
Zuckerberg's like arms, like kind of pats them down, like as he's like trashing the place.
Salizmund will just be like, don't worry, Jenkins, sound the alarm, and suddenly like some sirens kind of go off, and like a big group of guys in kind of like big boiler plates and metal masks come out, and they've got enormous like tasers and kind of like rocket-propelled harpoon launchers, and
I'm gonna fucking enslave you.
Don't worry, we've dealt with these before. We brought them back from all over the world.
Looks like we're gonna have a second god engine by the end of the day, boys.
This one, we'll break him soon enough. Open fire, boys. He's just stood there, like, half the building smashes down right next to him. He just is completely...
My guy's going to turn around and tell everyone who's not, like, fighting the god to turn away from his divine majesty. No one needs to see this.